So I'm Avi. I'm an engineer at Stripe, and I live on Galiano Island, which is a small island about 20 miles off the coast of Vancouver in Canada. So the thing that I'm building is a system called Rainier, which is a Bayesian inference system for Scala. And I think one thing that's been cool and a lot of fun about working on this system for me is that to build it, I've had to learn a lot about statistics, but also a lot about compilers and generating JVM bytecode and sort of everything in between. And so it's a very nice kind of full stack integrated system that's been on a really steep learning curve for me, and I think that ends up capturing a lot of value for other people too. I think a lot of my work has been at the intersection of programming and data pipelines. And so the talks in the data pipelines track have definitely been the most directly relevant to me, but I'm also very passionate about programming and programming languages and the ways that those two things can intersect. I don't know that I have any best practices to share. I think I'm probably somebody who has systematically avoided a lot of best practices. I'm very bad at testing and writing tests, even though I understand the value. I'm very bad at documenting my code, even though I understand the value. I think to the extent that I've been successful writing software, it's been in spite of any best practices rather than because of any. I don't know that I come here to learn best practices. I come here to see what exciting things other people are thinking about, and to learn about concepts much more than practices. So I came to work at Twitter in 2010, and at that time I had spent the previous 10 years working mostly in Smalltalk and more generally in a lot of dynamically typed languages. And I knew very little about functional programming. I knew very little about sort of sophisticated static type systems. And Scala at Twitter was a huge eye-opener for me and really was an inflection point for my career as a software developer, in that I shifted dramatically from working sort of exclusively in highly dynamic languages to working in Scala. And I've spent the last 8 years working pretty much exclusively in Scala. And I think as I get older, very much appreciating the support of a good static type system as my kind of working memory gets worse. And so, I think it's kind of like the line about, if you're not a liberal at 20, you have no heart, and if you're not a conservative at 40, you have no head, or something, which I think is ridiculous. But there may be some equivalent saying about if you're not a dynamic language programmer at 20, you something, but by the time you're 40, you need it because your memory is a lot worse. Anyway, I think that Scala has been an extremely valuable tool for me in the last 8 years, and I expect that to be even more so in the next 10 years. Coming to something like Scale, by the way, is definitely about the people for me. Because I live somewhere so remote, conferences like this are one of my best opportunities to really connect with other people in my industry. And so I always look forward to the hallway track more than any of the sessions. And really all of the attendees, it's great to see.